Hi guys, welcome to week 3 of the first year experience. I'm going to give you a video this week since we're doing some Excel work and I want to make sure to get in there with you guys. But first, please make sure you check out your colleagues' hot topics. And presenters, please try to present early in the week. And classmates, please try to get in there early in the week as well and read what they have to say. If you didn't get to read last week's either, please check it out. There's some interesting articles. This is a really interactive and fun part of our class, and really knowing what's happening in our industry is super important, whether it's for classes, whether it's for job interviews, whether it's at the workplace in general. Being engaged and knowing what's up is really important. Keeping up with all those newsletters I told you guys about, Business of Fashion, WWD, WGSN is another one I like from that you might be hearing about more in FM 245, Fashion Snoops, all sorts of good ones out there. All right, so I just want to tell you a little bit of backstory about Excel. Prior to FM 108, the first year experience, students took a 15-week class of Excel in a totally separate classroom, not related to FBM at all, but there was very little retention when students moved on to other classes in our major. So what we tried to do is extract the couple weeks of the program. So we only have 2 weeks of Excel and not 15 weeks of Excel. They also used a similar program to SimNet, although with SimNet, you guys have lifetime access to this. So if you ever have any questions, whether you're in the industry or in other classes, you'll be able to log on and check it out. But now we're also trying to use real world examples, quote unquote, real world examples, but also fashion examples too. So you'll see why you need to do the things that you need to do and how that all works together. So we're going to work on guided project 1.3. So please be sure to open this up. You can walk through and see what I'm doing first, but this is all in SimNet. We have guided project 1-3, and then next week we're going to do guided project 3-2 in a similar format like this. This one is on shoes. Yours truly actually worked in shoes for a while, and it's a whole different animal from product development to production, even from concept design. The timeline and everything is a whole lot different, but still we all love shoes, right? We all need shoes. So we're going to work on this, so be sure to open up SimNet when you're done, and you can even have me on in the background and kind of pause. I'm going to go into Excel here in a couple. Also check out the videos that I post from industry professionals. I put 2 in there. One is from a former student and another is from my manager at my store who also went to FIT as well, but everybody's using Excel every day. And it also make sure you know how to save your files properly so that they're easy to find. Our main naming convention is first name, last name, and then the file name. So in this case, I would say Anne Cantrell, guided project 1-3. All right, so I have my Excel open now, and as I just want to walk through a couple things. As you can see, the spreadsheet is up. It should look exactly like yours. My top bar might look a little bit different. I have something highlighted perhaps, or maybe I have my view button a little bit different, but all this should look more or less the same depending on your computer. But in this project, we're going to edit a worksheet for wherever shoes that tracks product inventory. And spreadsheets like this, actually shoes are a crazy business to get into because they're so size and SKU intensive. So size, there's so many different sizes, right? Halves, whole, 6 to, let's say, 11 for women, or and half sizes, all that kind of thing. And then also by the color. So that is how we get it down to the SKU level. If you've been to a store and you see like a long code, that's the UPC. It actually goes down to the color and size. So that's why shoes, I would always say I would never want to have a shoe store because it's so size and color specific, right? I'm sure you've been there where you want a pair of blue shoes in your certain size, but they only have brown and a half size up or something like that. Anyway, But we're going to change the zoom size, reset the panes, format data. We're going to copy an existing formula to calculate the value of current stock, all sorts of good stuff. So first, the reason we currently have some screens split, and we might want to do that to see exactly all the different styles that we're looking at, maybe the different colors and things like that. So the first thing we're going to do is remove the split because maybe we want to analyze it in a different way. So at the top it says, now I'm on open the wherever file. I'm here. It says remove a split and freeze panes. So it says click the split button, which is under View tab. You see I went up to the top, View tab, and then I'm going to go to the Windows group, which is over here, and it says Split. So I'm going to click on Split, and that removes the split. So now I only see the one listing of the spreadsheet at a time, even though you can see there's different styles on here. Rugged hiking boots is one style. That looks like it's spelled wrong. I wonder if we're going to get to that later. Comfy walking shoes, you get the idea. I can scroll down, all the different sizes, lazy flip-flops, seriously tall boots, glide running shoes, you get the idea. So this is analyzing our product inventory, which is really important because we need to know what this is saying. The size we have in rugged hiking boots in color brown, size 8, we have 5 units. Men's or women's, what the cost is, the value. So this is a formula in here, what our retail is, and do we want to reorder it or not going forward. All important things. So we removed the split, and now we're going to click, it says to click into A4. So I'm in A, this is A, and I'm in A4. So I'm going to click in that cell, A4, and I'm going to freeze the column titles at this position. So I'm going to click Freeze Pane window. So here's Freeze Pane, and I'm going to click on Freeze Panes, which says Keep rows and columns visible while the worksheet scrolls based on current selection. So watch what happens when I do that. First of all, we get this line here, and I'm able to see the first 3 rows no matter how I scroll. So I'll know that I'm looking at the product ID, the product, the color, size, instead of being down here and being like, what was row D? What was column D? So this is really helpful. And so that's how I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to scroll to row 31. Scroll down to 31. And click cell E31, and it says that we have 0, but I actually am going to type in 3. So I'm correcting my inventory, putting 3, hit enter, and that I'm going to finish for this part. One thing I want to make sure everybody remembers too is this back button. If you ever want to correct what you just did, you can just hit the back button and it will take away what you just did. So I'm going to show you the back button there. But I'm going to go down here and make sure that I have, what did I want to do? 31, what was it? Row 31, number 3. Okay, perfect. All right. So now we also want to look at changing the zoom size and unfreezing the pane. So I'm going to click on the 100% zoom button, which if I go to the top, it says View tab Zoom Group. So I'm back to the View tab, and then here's the Zoom section, and I'm going to click on 100%. So now this is the 100% ratio. I'm going to click on the Freeze Panes button. Freeze Panes. And I'm going to choose Unfreeze Panes. And that is how we would do that. And a lot of the steps in these kind of exercises are to show you how to do things and then undo things. So I'm going to go back to A1 as instructed. And then I'm going to click on the spelling in the worksheet. So that's under the Review tab here at the top. And then I'm going to go to, I have it under Spelling here. And it says select hiking, which is correct, in the suggested list, and then change all to correct all the occurrences of that. So I'm going to do change all, and then I'm good to go. Yay! All right, so the next part is actually the fill handle, and this is, I'm going to click in H4, so here is H4, and this is a formula. See, it's EG, which is quantity times the cost. So that's how much the value is, how much I own, right? So I need to know how much I own of this. I own $232.50 worth of rugged brown size 8 men's shoes at $46.50 times 5. So this is important to understand how much I own inventory. Even with my own store, my accountant is always asking me what my inventory is. It's really important. We want to know how much we have on hand when we're going to buy more, when we're understanding what's selling versus what's not selling. We have to understand everything about how much we already own. So I am going to copy this. I'm in H4 and I'm going to fill it down. So I'm on the cell and I'm just going to pull that down all the way down. So I have it for all of them. And there I have the value. And maybe I just want to double check. So this says 0, and that is because if I had to freeze my panes, I would know that it is 0 items on hand. So everything should be a 0. So that's my value. If I did a total column down here, that'd be the dollar total value of how much I have on hand. Now I'm on number 6. Click the themes button, which is under page layout. So I'm at page layout, and here's my themes on the left. Maybe yours is in a slightly different place, and choose the Ion theme from the gallery. So let's see, office, facet, gallery, integral, Ion. So I'm going to click on Ion, and it looks a little different. It looks cool. I like it. Merge and center the titles. Okay, here I'm going to do select A through J, A1 through J1, and I'm going to merge and center. So this is up in alignment, and this is just align left, center, align right, decrease. This is merge and center. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the next one and align and center. So looking good so far. All right. Select apply cell styles and adjust row height. Select cell A1 and click the Cell Styles button or the Move button. Cell Styles button. Home tab, Styles group. Home tile Styles group. And I'm going to change the heading style here. Cell Styles. And I'm going to do headings. Oh, no, wait. It says titles. Title. Okay, perfect. And now selects A2. You notice it highlights the whole thing now since we did merge and center. And then I'm going to go back here under cell styles and do heading 4. All right, looking good. It's actually looking like how it looks in the spreadsheet in the instructions. So that's another good way to follow along if I weren't walking you through it as well. Click the font size arrow and select 14 point. Oh, select cell A and okay, select the font group. So I want to make sure that I'm back here. I'm going to do font group and it says 14 point. So I'm just going to change that to 14 point. The font style overwrites the font size of the cell style. Point to the row 1 heading and drag to row headings 1-2.